I'm trying very hard to figure out why my YouTube stream is not working. Nothing has changed since the last time, but it just doesn't seem to want to work. Do not understand why. YouTube streaming is so far behind Twitch streaming. It's not even funny. In theory, YouTube is actually better, like technically speaking, than Twitch, because YouTube has it allows AV1 encoding, which is a new, I believe, open source. Not new; it's been around for a while now, but it's a newer open source, I believe, encoder that is way more efficient than even H.265. It's not necessarily more performant for like size, but it is better for compression of live video. And so the way it works with Twitch is it supports, I think, does it even support H.265? I don't remember. It supports H.264, which is kind of an older codec, and you send them your data stream and they encode it into that format, and then that's what they play for everybody. YouTube supports AV1, which is like literally almost twice as performant, and if you send in AV1, they don't have to do as much processing to your video. So you can send effectively more pixels, more information in the same amount of bit rate. Granted, YouTube does support a higher bit rate to begin with. So in theory, I could stream 2 or more times like the fidelity to YouTube that I do to Twitch. And I just haven't like done that yet, but I will figure it out eventually. I have to do like a bunch of settings. I shouldn't say I have to do, I have to test a bunch of settings to figure out what's going to work best. And then, yeah, it's just easier to click the button that says match OBS's primary output, which is what I've done. The problem is the actual like streaming interface and like chat and everything just sucks butt. You don't get a static URL. You do, kind of. Your page, like your live streaming page, will redirect to your current live session, but you don't have like a static page like you would on Twitch. It's the dumbest shit ever. And I don't understand. Like, just give me youtube.com/AlaskanBeard/live. It's that simple. But no, they're like, no, you need to be at youtube.com/video/RSWYPEK. It's like, how, if I want someone to go to that URL, which is the one that they have provided me for my stream, no one's ever going to fucking remember that. Like, you're going to go to YouTube and maybe you'll go to my channel and see me live. Like, you're never going to be like, oh, Zach should be live. Let me pop open the link. It's like, that's so fucking stupid. Um, and then just now, I had to restart my streaming session like 3 times for it to actually work, which, internet issues aside, I've never had to um, do anything like with Twitch. It's just always worked. And YouTube is not. Yes. When you click the share button, or when you click the I think it's the publish button technically, I have the option to upload a video or go live. And when I click go live, it gives me a unique URL every single time. It's bafflingly stupid for a live streaming platform where you want people to garner a following to make it harder to find people consistently and repeatably. Like I said, people can go to your profile if they want to find you when you're live, but it's just silly that they have to do that. I don't know, like, I don't bookmark stuff that often. I'm not that old fashioned, but like, having the ability to do so is something that should be tantamount. The other thing that it causes as a problem for me personally is I have an extension for chat, and it relies on me having a popped out chat window. Well, YouTube, since it has a different unique URL every single time, does not have a consistent URL like Twitch does. So every time I stream, after I go live, I have to go figure out what that URL is, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, in theory, YouTube streaming is cool, but yeah, notifications on Twitch are good. I don't even know if you can customize notifications for YouTube like that. Like, on Twitch, I know that I can set notifications for specific streamers, and I will only get notified for those streamers when they go live. Like, I don't know that YouTube is that granular yet. I'm assuming if you turn on the little bell, you don't have an option to decide if it's for posted videos or for live. Like, what if you only want to watch somebody when they're live? Okay, so the chat URL is uniquely generated exactly the same way that your like live stream link is. So whatever. It's just like growing. It's not even growing pains. It's just stuff that I hope they figure out. Because it'd be cool to have like a viable competitor to Twitch, just like it'd be cool to have like a viable like content platform other than YouTube. Like, competition is good. I think Louis Rossman's project, which needs a little bit more transparency behind how he's involved, but his project where he's trying to create a platform, right now it's just an app that allows you to claim your channel on his app for one, but it allows you to consume content across different platforms. So you can subscribe to somebody on Twitch and on YouTube and on whatever other platforms they support. I think that is what should be like the future. I think that should be, I mean, your content should just be federated in a perfect world, right? Like, I should be able to host my content on my website, and if you're and that gets published to a federated video platform, and if you click on my video, it is not hosted on the website that you're on. It is hosted wherever I decide to host my content. If that's on YouTube or Twitch or my own personal website, or I mean like something stupid like Dropbox, we should be moving towards, I don't know why I'm going on a rant about this, but we should be moving towards subscribing to people in a federated method, which Louis Rossman is the project he announced is going towards that. It is not using any kind of federated platform that I am aware of, but it is similar in concept to that. But it'd be so cool just to have my one account and whatever I do on that account anywhere works. Social media, video, whatever. I think I simultaneously sound like a boomer and like a technology literate young person. Although I admit saying young person kind of makes me sound like a boomer. Back in my day, the internet didn't have pop-up ads. Okay, now one thing I was curious about is, am I CPU limited in this game? Oh god, hello. Those are keybinds. I just wanted to open up Task Manager. Let's watch. I've got Afterburner for my GPU and I have Task Manager for my CPU. Let's see. I have historically bought a more content creation oriented processor. And I'm starting to notice that it does not perform as well as I would like. Because I tried playing The Forest and I can barely hit 60 FPS at medium settings. I'm very well, I guess I don't have this. I have this limited. What I should do is I should unlock the frame rate. Now the frame rate should go unlocked. Maybe. Okay, so now we are not at the frame rate cap. I am somehow GPU bound in this game. I don't get it. Oh yeah, I forgot I have control people buttons on. I always open stuff over my Twitch chat and then like forget about it. I've always been a big proponent of piracy of content. Like if there's not an easy, user-friendly way to consume content, I think piracy is the right way to go. Like, do the Benikoff TV object of power, 4th floor. I have to go up. I must. Oh yeah, I'm on 1. Okay, got it. Like I don't pirate video games because there's good, mostly reasonably priced ways to buy them. Like I can get a lot of video games DRM free on like USPS Dropbox. I can get a lot of games DRM free on GOG, and that is what I'm choosing to do. Steam has DRM, but it's not the most invasive thing in the world. It doesn't affect computer performance like something like Denuvo does. A hammer? Oh, that's like an arcade or like a fair strength tester hammer. But when it comes to TV, there's no good way to watch TV. like at all.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't
it didn't
think
like
she's
that.
told me everything.
I don't know what she did, but the bot didn't like it. The bot that shouldn't even be enabled, actually, that I need to disable. Oh, hello, floaty boy. Oh, I can't even get my gun out, bro. Come on. You're just gonna let him fly there? That's one of the other problems that YouTube streaming is causing me, is that none of the bots, except for the like cloud hosted ones.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Are you locked in there with a fridge, dude? None of the bots except for the cloud hosted ones support YouTube. So it's like I can't even get like good spam and moderation stuff on YouTube. It's just stupid.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't, I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back, I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Jesus. This the agent after Dylan has been found naturally. Okay. What did I bind? Gee. I was like, what is that bound to? Yeah, dude, sports streaming in general is ridiculous. It's like $40 a month to be able to watch all of the football games if you want to. Like, how is that? What? That's so horribly priced. And that's on top of if you want regular TV. Like, it's all just bad. You good, dog? But yeah, and then like dude, that's so crazy. That is so many hoops to jump through to watch a sport. Not like, I mean, aside from the fact that I don't really like sports to begin with, if somebody told me I needed to do that at all, I'd just be mad. Uh-oh. Oh, I was like, what are you shooting? But I didn't realize one of those guys had survived. Now I gotta refill my health. Jeez. I don't have a good solution for like sports, because it's one of those things
That's
that
the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
I'll talk after the cutscene. That took an unreasonably long amount of time to give me back control of the game. Just back the way I came. Interesting. And things out here are fine. But things in here are all fuckered. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, the answer that first pops in my head is, well, there just needs to be a standard for, like, TV. And if you have ads, you can't charge more than, I don't know, whatever it costs to make your stuff a year or something silly like that. But then it's like, I don't know, that's pretty communist when you're talking about media. Can she mantle? She can. Okay. And that's probably not the way that we want to go with media specifically. But obviously the market sustains it, or they wouldn't do it, right? So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for media like that. And yeah, I mostly choose to watch content creation as opposed to like traditional media. I very rarely watch movies. I don't watch hardly any TV. How did one hit almost kill me? Huh? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? I guess I can cleanse people. Control them or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh. Okay. I am all for challenging boss fights. I guess I haven't upgraded my health either. I was gonna say, but I hate getting one shot or close to one shot in games. It makes me so mad. Because it's just bad game design in my opinion. Do I have to run all the way across the bridge and shit again? I do. What a weird place to put the control point. I appreciate like movies and TV as art. But it's just not that enjoyable for me because all of it's too predictable. Like, I know that it is like a very ADHD thing, but I tend to notice more details in media, and that allows me to make connections about what's happening in the show or the movie. And it's one of those things where it's just like, it's kind of boring to watch because I can basically predict the dialogue in a lot of movies and shows. And it's just like, meh, this is not worth my time. What the fuck even hit me? Oh my fucking god, Jesse.
That thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss.
Ooh. That was a good fight. I think they could have given me more ways to fight him, but I guess there's not really much more you could do. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too low health, but turtling and throwing stuff just isn't a fun gameplay loop. I find that I appreciate less serious movies, not funny ones even, just movies that don't take themselves too seriously. The most. Those are the most fun for me to watch because I can just kind of turn my brain off and not worry about what's going on in the content. Okay, so headshot damage, accuracy boost, damage boost. I'm just wondering if I want to put that on anything. I guess I can put that on here. Replace it. Limiting this inventory is kind of silly. In my opinion, there's no reason for them to have done this. What an upgrade. 1% seize speed. Sure. I guess I could put a mod on here that's like storage. I don't know. I can double stack damage while aiming, which is kind of fun.
No one here does.
And now I can cleanse the TV.
Okay, the TV. Another object of power gone nuts.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Here we go.
I don't really care about like the history search, I'll be honest. Processes and best practices, Astronaut Program. This report serves as an introductory guide to Astronaut Program, including candidate requirements, training practices, and astral research procedures. Astronauts are chosen individuals who explore and document the astral plane by making physical contact with the X-ray light box. In the Hypnosis Lab, a section of the Parapsychology Division, physical and psychological training is vital for the repeated transition between planes, known as dives. After each dive, astronauts must undergo a redacted session in the cognitive recording chairs to record their experiences in the plane. Gathered data has conclusively proven that redacted within the astral plane vary widely between astronauts. On rare occasions, these dives can result in losses, often occurring when teams encounter aggressive astral entities.
Jen.
I like that they were like, we haven't given him a collectible in a while. Let's give him a little crumb. Ah. Levitate. Oh. So I can just fucking fly now? Interesting. What if you like came to work and your director was just like flying, literally, just like around the office? They're like hovering over to your desk to ask you a question.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
Literally, yeah. I hate when my boss hovers. That's one of the best puns. So now I'm able to reach some of the stuff I wasn't before. Oh, mamma mia. I do not like that. I am dead. I probably should not have rushed across the room. To be perfectly honest, that was probably a bad idea. Interesting that dying just skipped that whole encounter. Do I have any upgrades? I do. Hiss guards. Hiss snipers. Maintenance incursion. And I'm saving my ability points. Ah, so I can levitate now. Meaning I can get up here. And from here, I can get up here. Interesting. It looks like it like makes a little bubble of levitation around you because I picked up a pipe while I was floating by it. Oh, hey, it's the boat we read about. That's neat. I love when people call back to their own lore. That is possibly one of my favorite things in all of video games. I wonder if there's a mod for this where you can have Hermione say Leviosa every time you levitate. Oh, there's... Did we read about a water cooler? I feel like we did, but I don't remember what we read. You think that's Gordon Freeman's crowbar? I don't know why, but that's... Well, I do know why, but that's the first place my mind went.
So close.
So, what powers does Dylan have, or could Dylan have? Because all of our powers come from binding ourselves to these objects. So I'm curious what potentially Dylan could, like, does he just have different powers from different objects?
Can you hear me? Are you there, Jesse?
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way. We need to get back. I have to see my brother.
Breakfast is brought. Gets out of bed. Uses toilet. Returns to bed. Ask for television to be turned on. Staff do so. Lunch is brought. Breakfast is removed. Eats lunch. Uses toilet. Begins talking to self. Recording speech is not possible due to noise from television. Becomes upset. Throws lunch tray at glass. Sedated. Crew clean the cell. Television is turned off. Comes to. Asks for television to be turned off. Staff refuse. Television privileges were refused due to hostile behavior. Sleeps? Question mark. I don't have clearance yet. Okay. Can I go out there? It looks like I can. Oh, we can go up. What is up? Is there a control point to be cleansed or something? Because this room has a very odd layout, and every other time that's happened, there's a control point to be cleansed. Because, like, why else would there be fucking computers up here? Who's getting up here? Other than me? Just seems like odd level design otherwise. Ooh, can I get higher? Can I go climb all this? Aw. Come on, game. Do anything but give me a hard cap ceiling. That's so stupid. Such a cop-out. So yeah, there's just nothing here. Well, there's something.
Alright, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean. Back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. Then she got what she wanted.
Great. So, she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here, you know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family and friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session.
I love that he's like, I don't like my sister anymore. And then the staff were like, well, where is she? And he's like, no, fuck you. I don't like her, but I ain't no rat. So we're gonna have to get attacked, right? Like that's... We haven't seen enemies in a few minutes, so now we're going to for sure have enemies to fight. Oh god. Can we get up there somehow? Yo, wait. Yo, the bridge rotates around the whole room. Dude, that's such a cool fucking design. I don't know why I love this so much, but I do. Like the gears drive the bridge around the room so you can connect two different rooms. That's so cool. I don't know why I think it's so cool, but I do. I love it. I guess we could we float down the entire way, I wonder? Hey, there we go. Oh, come on. Excuse me? But yeah, so we just took the elevator up straight up to floor 4, so can we go down now? Oh, we totally can. This is cool. Like, what's the point of giving me like a charged sniper rifle and then not making it useful? Please tell me this. Ooh. An altered surfboard? That's cool. So did he despawn because we got the end of the music? Would seem that way. So here's the scaffolding we saw. I guess Remedy has said that they are potentially entering pre-production to remake Max Payne, and that is going to be so sick. I am pumped to hear that. Like the games that popularized bullet time, dude. So sick. My like dream job is to be a content creator. I enjoy making content, right? But that is my dream job because I love playing video games so much. That's just like all I ever want to do with my free time is play video games. I guess it's not. I enjoy working with technology, which is why I have the job that I do. But, man, I love video games. Ooh, these guys regenerating health is bad juju. Fuck you. You're mine. Dude had a bench on his head. Is that an object of power? What's going on over here? Somebody's mad, my bad. Where the fuck did they go? I just saw them. Get blown up by your own friend, idiot. Any goodies over here? Like my goodies. We got lots of money. Not anything to spend it on, but we got lots of money. Yeah, why not? I like having friends. Oh, hello. Oh, God. They don't drop... Do they drop health when they kill themselves? I don't think they do. If they do, it's a small amount. Don't have clearance. Yeah, like, do I just not have what I need to fight this thing, or what? I love that I'm just ignoring the problem of my brother. I like when games give you the choice to do that. Like, would Jessie do that? No, she would absolutely run back to executive and, like, do whatever this comes next in the story. Is that what I want to do? No, I want to explore whatever the hell this place is. And I'm glad the game lets me do it. Yeah, I just obviously don't have the juice to kill it right now. Whatever it is. Interesting. Oh, I guess this makes sense because it's archives, so it's people coming here to like look at archives from the Bureau. I jive with that. I love that their solution to having to bring in a child is to come up with a kids cartoon. I think that is so cool and like in-universe meta. I love it. Not meta, but like it fits, right? Were we already in here? I opened a chest in the other room like this, and I was expecting there to be a chest there, and there's not. But I don't know if they disappear or not. In this proposal, I'd like to explore the matter of containment policy. When an altered item enters the oldest house, we thoroughly investigate any possible combination of actions or words or material that will prevent the item from applying its altered effect. However, I work with these entities every day, and I have good reason to believe that a less convoluted form of containment is possible. Items crave redacted. If we initiated a series of redacted praising the items, or perhaps incorporating their images into a piece of art that could be visited throughout the Bureau, I believe the altered items would behave without needing to resort to redacted or redacted, which only leads to the items feeling mistreated. If we treat them like criminals, we can't be surprised when they try to escape. So this person's solution to altered items is to be nice to them. I love that. Shelter and a stairway. Where does the stairway go? Well, you know, I gotta say, out of all the things in this game, or for this game to do, a mimic chest was not one that I was expecting. Like, I did not have that on my bingo board. Genuinely surprised at that. Do they just keep spawning indefinitely? What is happening? Dude, what an onslaught. What if this what if it was 2 mimics in a row, dude? Not even from Soft, those 2 mimics in a row. I don't think. I probably will end up back here at some point anyways, but I want to see what I can see while I'm here. There's an achievement related to vending machines, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it'll be obvious when there's like a vending machine that makes progress towards the achievement or not. So now I have it out for all vending machines basically. This is the door I just went through. Yup. Alright, so I think we can just leave. I think we've done all we can right now. Am I full already? Dog. What the hell? There's also not like a good way to manage this. Like, let me delete all my duplicate items, like with a button press. Or like, let me delete all my commons with a button press or something. Watch your step. Seems like an interesting place. Ooh, what the hell? Must have been loading. Seems like an interesting place for archives to be, if you ask me. Oh, I'm 1 ability point short, bro. I just want my multi-launch. Okay, so let's... How much time do we have left on that? Major targets. Let's go do this. Ritual division. I literally just updated my thing. Like, didn't I just select? I don't know. I feel like I clicked on that. Have a dead body. Have a piece of floor. And a fire extinguisher. What about a couch? Did I kill him by grabbing his body? Because that's pretty fucking metal. I guess it's more of a bench than a couch, isn't it? Punched to death. Loser. Enemies in the maintenance sector. We could probably go knock that out real quick. Where did they respawn? In the coolant pumps, I think? Oh. We can come up here now. There's new possibilities. Have we already been here? I'm assuming we have, right? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, because there's... You can walk up the side. I'm done. Where be the enemies in this area? There we go. Huh? Oh my god, that's a big... I just threw a fucking forklift at homie's head. Have a body, bro. You wanna join my team? I didn't have enough juice. Sometimes it just doesn't throw stuff, which is kind of annoying and goofy. Why is my aim so bad, man? Ouch. Yeah, like what is with the weird hitching? I don't understand. It drives me nutty. So if I rest here, will they respawn? Like if I just go back over here, will they respawn? Because that'd be cool. Makes me so mad, dude. And this is why I had it limited to 60 frames, because there's like zero reason for it to be dropping frames like that. Ooh, my bad. I wonder if there's some weird esoteric setting that I just like need to change, and that's it. That's the only thing that needs to happen. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna fast travel out of here because I'm not gonna try and figure out how to spawn enemies. It says I have to do that after I find Dylan. I'm gonna go to the boardroom and just see if I can do the fridge afterwards. I want to help this man out. I assume it's just a matter of telling Emily that like he needs someone to switch out with him, but I guess we'll see.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god.
Ask Arish about the jukebox token.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous.
Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation for maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought him back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Be constructed at control points or earned through bureau alerts, board countermeasures, blah, blah, blah.
Good luck out there.
Just past the security booth. Is that this? My potentially sociopathic brother is here, and somebody needs to talk to him, but I have a side quest, so... Now I meant to go collectibles? Unread. The America Overnight program has operated successfully for over redacted years. Originally designed to assist in providing disinformation to the naturally skeptical population of America, it has additionally led to the discovery of numerous AWEs and altered materials by allowing civilians to call in and report their experiences with the paranormal. In fact, America Overnight alerted the Bureau of Redacted and Redacted in its first year of operation alone. In this report, the investigation sector have cataloged and categorized each episode of America Overnight that has resulted in a successful Bureau investigation. In order to help AWE occurrence analysis, the more redacted results of Night Springs have also been cataloged in a separate report. Ooh, our first Alan Wake reference that I am aware of. What is this? Oh, is this the jukebox? Or is... Tier 1 challenge. Challenging expedition that grants rare rewards. Highly challenging expedition that grants prime rewards and absolute rewards. Okay. So maybe I just wait until I get more jukebox tokens? Oh, wait. How many... Hold on. I don't care about any of this. Or this. I just wanted to see if I could see how many jukebox tokens I had. Assets is probably... So I have 3, right? So I must have to do the other tiers of the... expedition before they unlock. Investigate and clear out the 4 island sites. Okay. Causal link active. Burn the hiss corrupted material. Okay. I'll take a friend. Hiss corrupted material. Where you at? There's a piece. You're coming with me, Buckaroo. You're about to get a little toasty. The fuck just hit me? Oh, hello. I don't like enemies spawning behind me. It's fine. It's not bad game design. I just don't like it. Makes me mad. Does Portal tell you how many companion cubes you destroyed throughout your campaign? I can't remember. I think it does. That sounds vaguely familiar to me. Oh, so your timer does not stop. I love how it let me mantle that rock as it was falling. So I wonder if it saved our progress over here then. It did not. Cool. That's super punishing. So pick up the cube. Pick up the cube. Eat the cube. Oh, they can regen their shields too. Excellent. Excellent. Love that. I'm not having a good time with this so far. I just feel so squishy. Which is probably down to me not spending any upgrade points on health. But I refuse until I get multi-launch. Let's try a different portal. Why not? Yeah, I think it comes down to multi-launch or many deaths at this point, not just a single one. Cleanse the 3 broadcast plates. I don't know what the fuck. He's got a shield, bro. I don't have a good way to deal with shields. It's kind of bullshit, not gonna lie. You better regen health when you're on my side, bud. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Ah. Capture the point. Got it. Love it. Yeah, I'm gonna abandon this expedition. This is not fun. It's hard to describe, but like there's challenge like Dark Souls where repetition and like skill are all that you need to complete it, and then there's challenges like this where it's just like not even that difficult. Just like, if you make too many mistakes, you just die. And that's that. That's all there is to it. I guess Dark Souls is the same way, but there's not an opportunity for me to like get good, so to speak. What do I have to do? Abandon expedition. I like the boomers from Gears of War the most just because when they spawn, they go boom. I assume I don't get my jukebox token back? I do. Interesting. Okay.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the Hiss.
I did not hold it long enough. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in Hiss behavior, I do not care. Oh, the TV. CRT television built by Benikoff and Sons Electric. The screen is still functional. The object can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum observed altitude of redacted. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to harness this effect for their own use. When bound, it allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically gather items. The object allows para-utilitarians to forcefully seize an individual's redacted.
Like an arrange. But how did Darling create it?
I don't know why, I just don't care about the hiss. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were unable to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio record.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Why do you still have red blinky on you?
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine, a researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
You were literally blinking red. That's what was on my mind.
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. They're here, alive, thanks to you. We never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course.
We got this place up and running together, Emily. This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
It's interesting because they do close-ups of the side characters, but they're not near as detailed as Jesse, and it just makes it look bad.
Enjoy your data.
Not like bad, but just
I will.
in comparison bad. And I get why Jesse would be more like high fidelity, I guess. But so does this go higher? No. My custom is just because I turned off motion blur. So there's like no option to have better graphics because I have DLSS off. There's no option to have better graphics other than turning on ray tracing.
See you later.
I want to do the other mission she mentioned. What do I do for this mission? Assist agent in the Panopticon on the 4th floor. Okay. We want upper Panopticon. I haven't actually looked to see if there are a lot of mods for control. I guess we could take a little breaky break and do that. These are all mod tools. No intro screen. Epic mod pack. Recolors that have been created and stored for months. Users will be on what? Okay. Ooh, configurable in combat, out of combat health regen would be sick. Interesting. Service weapon hotkeys. Ooh, that's actually really cool. Retextures. HDR ultra wide. I'm glad this page loaded so well. Ooh, FOV slider, Pog. Restores the ability to slam horizontally and upwards. Interesting. Makes control always take most of CPU usage increases FPS and prevents sudden lag caused by other processes. Is that I feel like the lag is too consistent to be caused by something else on my computer. That doesn't seem likely to me. Yeah, like I might put on some of this if I was super into the game, but meh. Nothing crazy there. It's like it's always coming out of a menu or something. It's not, I don't think it's related.
Keep your eyes open, Philip.
Hey, what can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you, thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus. Right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
Couldn't he just have one eye open at a time? Oh wait, did we complete something? Oh, we can craft jukebox tokens. They just cost money. Got it. Ooh. 3 explosive projectiles. Sure. Okay, so now I'm just out of money. Yeah, let's put on charge. Let's give that a shot. Reload speed. Ooh, blast radius up. Projectile speed up. Or we could just do straight damage. We'll do whatever I just said that was. Oh. I feel like I hadn't seen those before. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be putting that on, like, ever. Now it can stop flashing at me. Okay. I need to go to Panopticon entrance. Not being able to hover over these other fast travel points. So infuriating.
So many cell breaches. I guess life's a breach.
Life's a breach.
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been in there for over a day, I totally forgot.
You forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss, the Benikoff TV. Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There. Done. Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard Bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Hello? Jesse? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
If I look away, it hurts me. This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
What the fuck?
Yo, it's like a Leviathan, dog. That's cool. Can I throw these back at it? These people probably do smell pretty ripe. I think you're right. But how does that compare to just fucking shooting with my gun? I think it's way faster just to fucking shoot him with the gun, dude. Okay. Oops. Didn't know there was a fucking hole in the floor. My bad.
Hello? Jesse? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
Alright, let's get back inside this fridge. Let's figure something out.
If I look away, it hurts me.
So, is the fridge just like a connection to this part of the astral plane? Or is the fridge containing this Leviathan looking motherfucker? I don't know.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
Come on, show me this, Nick.
Fuck?
Significantly worse damage from charge. So, oops, wrong button. So what, do we have any other guns that might be good? I don't think the shotgun would be good. Pierce might be okay. We'll give that a shot. Fuck you, bro. Oh my god. Pierce is the way to go. Holy cannoli. Jesus Christ. That did so much damage. Ooh. See, this is the only... Okay. What am I supposed to do about the fucking hole opening up directly under me, game? You asshole. Yeah, I definitely think Pierce is the way to go there. For sure. Because we have a lot of damage stacked. We have 64% damage boost. So, yeah. I don't think we can get more damage, can we? Damage after kills against armor. No, I don't think. I guess we could like RTSR ourselves. Like get low health on purpose.
Hello? Jesse? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
Yeah, dying to falling in the floor is bullshit. The first death, fine, whatever.
If I look away,
I walked into the hole.
it hurts me.
My bad. I learned that there was a hole. Opening the hole under me and giving me 0 time to react? Nah, dog. Fuck you.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. What the fuck?
So the floor opens where he hits? Question mark? Oh, hello, sir. Wow, aiming while levitating sucks. Okay, bud. Calm the fuck down, would you? Sure. I'm literally holding the spacebar to levitate, and the game's like, no, you don't have control. Such bullshit, dude. I hate when game mechanics actively like don't work. Like they gave you the stun animation and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you fall while you're in the animation. It's like, cool, so I can't react at all? No.
The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
What? Huh? I'm fucking confused.
So many cell breaches. I guess life's a... How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Poor Philip. He never did like fridge duty. But if you're here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
I think I just got my skill points. Why is this a locked ability, bro? What the fuck? Oh. Oh. I have to upgrade the entire fucking skill tree. How stupid is that? Cool. So I need 11 more points. Okay. What are they telling me is new in here? It would appear that I need a lot of remote thoughts. I would love to upgrade grip more. Okie dokie. So we have health and seize speed. Field energy cost. We'll give you more health. Launch energy cost actually is probably huge. We'll put launch energy cost on for now. Incident in question occurred on Redacted and was brought to HR Department's attention by internal security personnel who intervened. According to reports, supported by security camera footage, Agent Filson entered the staff kitchen with the intention of consuming his private meal, a homemade sandwich cut diagonally and packed in a plastic container, but discovered the refrigerator had redacted his meal. Agent Filson began to kick the Bureau-owned appliance as he expressed his frustration in a loud, profane manner. This behavior caused multiple staff members present to become alarmed. Security was alerted soon after. Filson complied with security's commands to desist. Agent Filson was reprimanded and suspended for the remainder of the ongoing work week. The review committee recommends one non-mandatory counseling session. An Arctic Queen brand electric refrigerator model from the 1960s. No cooling functionality. The door is decorated with crayon illustrations by Redacted. The illustrations cannot be removed from the item. All attempts have failed. The paper cannot be burned or torn. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after it survived the collapse of New York City's Grand City Hotel, where it served as an appliance in an apartment Redacted, rented by a man named Redacted. It became the subject of local infamy after surviving the building's collapse undamaged. Mr. Redacted, who was out of the building at the time of collapse, retained ownership of the item until 1974 when the Bureau purchased the item through a false identity. New altered effects have been observed. See file for details. So we have traffic light in the Panopticon, it looks like. Executive dead letters. Oh, hello. My bad, didn't see y'all there. You're mine. You fucked idiot. I was like, what are you doing? Ooh, can I launch him off? No. Well, okay. Where is containment specifically? Like, I don't... AI containment is 4. So I guess we can try 4. Oh, AI altered item. Got it. My neck's stiff too, Jesse. I get it. I get it, girl. I could have ran back to the control point and fast traveled in about half the time. Okay, so I'm looking for a traffic light. So I think it's going to take me back to fight that Leviathan, right? Okay. And then just not having health regen feels insulting, dude. It just feels like a very poor game design decision. Which I haven't felt much about this game so far, but that's like the only one that's just really chuffed. Like, chuffed me? No. Rubbed me in the wrong direction. Other than falling to my fucking death. I guess I didn't die this time, but Jesus Christ. So if I'm out of combat, do I regen health? Yes, but only up to a point. I would love to know where the stupid traffic light is. We're on level 2. Probably more expedient to just go down to the control point. Leave me alone. Okay, there's the fridge. We were crossing the bridge. That rhymes. Look at me. So is that guy gonna be here again? Because he was a unique enemy, right? Or do I just get off scot-free? Ah, the traffic light.
That must be one of the missing altar items.
Okay, thanks for the light show. Oh,
Wait, how did I get back here?
red light, green light. That's fun. Yeah, I get it.
One less escaped altered item to worry about.
The object's effect is subdued by exposure to sunlight. A traffic light with 3 distinct lights arranged vertically on each of its 4 sides from top to bottom. Lights shine red, yellow, green. A popular children's game is believed to be integral in the manifestation of this item and its effect. If an entity approaches the item while its red light is activated, they will be instantaneously relocated a distance of redacted from the item. Theories that this item is shifting people to a former timeline or parallel universe have been explored and dismissed. The item was discovered after a streetlight in an intersection near the elementary school began shifting people away from itself after sunset. A local panic brought the case to the attention of the Bureau. The item was contained, and a gas leak was blamed for the confusion in the townspeople's perceptions. Cool. So... Oh, up. I was like, how the fuck do I get out? Sealed threshold hall. I don't think we have access to that yet. I think we do have access to the medical wing. No enemies, please. I don't want no more enemies. Didn't you hear me? I said no enemies. I was very clear. I even said please. Give me control. Thank you. Where'd the guy go? I didn't kill him. Well, that's annoying. So we gotta go to logistics, is that what it said? I love how I was like on containment and then I was like, where the hell did it go? Where is it? That is a long ways away. Hello? Can I help you? That is a rhetorical question, as I do not wish to help you. Oh, okay. What are you? Oh? Okay. Hello. That is a forklift, sir. Are you certified? I bet you're not. Does this heal me to full? Nope. Okay. This will, though. Oh, am I? No, medical wing's right. I was about to say, am I up too far? But no, medical's where I need to be. Presume I've already been in this shelter. Yup. Oh, hey, do not have clearance for this still. Okay. I don't think I can get where I need to be then, can I? Oops. The fuck is that? Oh, that is what I was here for. Okay. Item must be kept in isolation and removed from other unsecured objects. Under no circumstances is the item to be sat in. A plastic seat shaped like a human hand from the 1960s. The hand's palm forms the seat with the fingers acting as the chair's back. The item affects gravitational forces, attracting and repelling objects near itself with the force of redacted. Its fingers have also been observed to change position, though too quickly to be witnessed or filmed. The item may be changing forms rather than moving. The item only displays these effects during full moons. Sample analysis confirms that it contains human genetic material. Ugh. Found in a warehouse at Redacted, Albany. A team of ranger trainees, accompanied by an experienced field agent, were dispatched to investigate local rumors, but when they encountered the item, they successfully retrieved the item. Okie dokie. Is there more? Yes, there's going to be more. Is there still more? Yes, somewhere. The deceased was a year-old redacted with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in its appearance. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus known as the mold, to an extent that medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as the deceased's high body temperature and undulating torso muscles, presumably, but not probably, caused by trapped gases. Routine samples, as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill, were successfully extracted. However, the rapid retrogression outside of the body needs to be noted. Cause of death, mold ingestion. Okay. It was timed. We might as well do the mission for the doctor here, right? So where's Underhill's lab going to be? I would assume the medical wing. It says below central research. I guess I don't know where the fuck central research is then. This is how we got in. That leads to probably nowhere we care about. Back to security. Okay. Prime Candidate Program. Did we do this shelter? Sure did. Yeah, dying of mold ingestion seems like a horrible way to go. Interesting that these all have the same model and they only have like one item left in them. Again, dude, we just did this. What are my board missions, by the way? Hiss guards, snipers, and maintenance. Am I supposed to kill them in a specific way? Because that's a sniper, right? Or are these just demolitionists? They're demolition, my bad. Dog, I don't want to fight you. Oh, you motherfucker. They move so erratically. I want this guy to kill the floater. Can you pull it off? You got this, buddy. I got faith. Dude, your aim is worse than mine. Oh, he got a hit off. Oh, you motherfucker. You abandoned me. Alright, so let's see if we have central research on the map. Oh, we do. So it's under central research, right? No. Stormtroopers shot nice, tight, clustered shots. That guy was all over the fucking place. Like they gave somebody with palsy an assault rifle. Okay, so below central research. I've been here before.
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
I will be right back. I'm going to take a quick break. I realize it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes and I haven't done that yet. So, uno momento. The music was like just barely too loud. Okay, so we still haven't found Underhill yet, right? But this has got to be her lab.
I hate guard duty down here.
Guess we can go back this way and see if maybe there's something in the other direction from the shaft. Oh, I don't want to take that, do I? Oh, you can call the elevator back down. I like that. Also, I have to assume that's a Lord of the Rings reference, right? Underhill.
My family had black mold once. Bleach did the trick. Has Underhill tried bleach?
Excuse me? Are you lost?
What? The guard dialogue was like, I wouldn't go in there if I were you, unless you've talked to Underhill. And then the other guy's like, I still wouldn't go in there, but like, the game must be assuming I came from the other direction, right? That's the only thing that makes sense.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
Why be so rude? E-type grows near the pit. Okay. So you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organisms, similar in appearance to redacted, construct the architecture of the mold. I do not understand if these redacted are the original disseminators of the mold or are bitten by some fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I have ever seen. I theorize there is a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold 1. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of our motor functions. This behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. It truly is an ingenious little thing. A full report will be ready soon. Keep your slacks on. So this is probably the pit sample, right? In here somewhere. Oh shit. Yeah, so I'm confused at what I'm looking for. It said grows near the pit, but like, what? Dude, why take the stairs when you can just levitate, you know? Speaking of. Just confusing because we didn't see anything on the way down. And I didn't see anything while I was down here. So maybe it's past her research lab?
My family had black mold once. Bleach didn't take. Has Underhill tried bleach?
It smells so sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry. I wonder how this mold tastes.
Agents noticed a transient commonly found outside the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. The frequency of these claims attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In interviews disguised as casual conversations, the transient reported that the item gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not. An event of note occurred during a heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item. Dr. Darling reported a wait of redacted seconds before the rain stopped. The vagrant was seized the next day. After redacted, he was found to possess no redacted and was released. The item remains in Bureau custody under suspicion of altered status, though this has still not been proven. All known variations of identification formula have failed to elicit a response from the item. So there's a pink flamingo that can affect the weather. That's kind of cool. So if I upgrade Shatter, I could stack these, right, and have like 9 projectiles. That could be cool. Is this the entrance? Yes.
Are those people?
Oh, these are the mold affected people. That makes sense. Are they mold and hiss, or does seize just work like that? Ow. Can I kill you for health? No. What could possibly have killed me? That would have just instantaneously teleported to me when I could barely see the enemy. I don't know. Shit like that makes me mad. I think I've talked about it before, but when a game kills you but doesn't make it seem like it was your fault, it's infuriating. I think we'll probably do the main mission right now. Actually, we could try and finish the cleansing. Upgraded Pierce. We need more remote thoughts. Yeah, they definitely need to put down some like blowers in the basement there. Dylan, are you in here? Oh yeah, I still have level 6 clearance for... Okay. So I can go to Dead Letters, but I can't do the Sealed Threshold Hall. I forgot that I was doing the altered items, though. I definitely thought I was going after Dylan. That's why I was like, Dylan, are you in here? Moron.
That's no normal piece of paper. Okay, you need to know where it's gonna end up.
Interesting.
I need to find the other pages.
Dude, I'm causing so much property damage. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. Is that a dead letter or that's the hiss? Pop goes the weasel. So are the letters gonna all be down here? Or what? I wonder if they could be like in the communications department or somewhere else, or... Dear New York Tribune, airplanes aren't real. I figured out how they do it. The windows are TV screens. The whole thing moves on big tracks like a roller coaster that moves through underground tunnels in the earth. Airports are more like train stations. They do this because the sky is full of monsters that they don't want us to know about. The planes we see in the sky are the monsters. The government made Earth trains look like monsters so they could lie to us better. Don't contact me. I like it. Seems plausible. I feel like I've explored this area already. How could is there a bigger part of dead letters? Because that just leads to Central Executive. We've been down here already. What am I missing? Game? Please tell me. Please educate me. Well, I can stop missing it. Not seeing any red floaty guys hanging around, you know? Oh, it goes up. How do we go up then? Assuming that's even an accessible area. Can we maybe do one of these? We can. How are you supposed to get up here, though? Maybe that's how you get up here.
Okay, we need to know where it's gonna end up.
Is that its final resting place? Seems maybe? No, this is. God damn it.
There should be one more page.
How could you possibly know that? Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I am happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poisoned to them. If you government traitors can't stop them from smoking, can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. We won't let you. We will resist. I smoke forever. Signed, a proud smoker, rebel, and patriot. These are really cool. These letters are fun. I like them. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it is not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently, I have begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I am in my kitchen, a tiny little thing will not much but a sink. Oh, the kitchen is a tiny little thing with not much but a sink. Okay. I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on a strange dark stone. I stare out at the colorless sky as white, undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue? I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I have become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it is not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Very truly yours, Lorraine Fitzgerald. So something in her kitchen was connected to the astral plane, it sounds like. That seems terrifying. I think it's time for some more hiss to spawn. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. Redacted. What? That's silly. No, I want more remote thoughts, thank you. My clock is shaped like a cat and its eyes move. I think it's angry, but I keep apologizing and it won't stop. But I said I'm sorry. But it won't leave me alone, and I don't know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing. Gifo, do you see it now too? It told me everyone is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it with my eyes on it. Its eyes and moving very fast, but I can't keep going and I worry they will forget about me, so I need to write about this because I can't keep going, but the cat will because of its eyes. Redacted. That sounds like it is probably just a normal cat clock whose eyes move when it ticks, but it could also very well be an altered item. I'm not here for you, stupid letter. I'm here for the lore. Hey, you have questions and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days, this is why the Vatican has a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing, while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun and moon are composed of plasma, simply light, not planets. After this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Okay.
Okay, you need to know where it's gonna end up.
That was an easy one.
Done and done.
So the paper lantern we can't do until we get level 6 clearance, it would seem. To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I'm writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to contain the true meaning of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but I would greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I have had intensely vivid dreams. They occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. I saw a small empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake at the center. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up, but I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of this recent incident, I have decided to seek help. The doctor says I am physically fine. but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Yours very sincerely, Richard Bowker. This almost sounds like Alan Wake. You know how he sees fucking Thomas Zane appear as a bright light and in what seems like a dream. I don't actually think that is what that is, but it is very similar. Yeah, the storage containers that just like, I don't know, do you fling open seem very silly. Ah, just kidding. Fast travel point is up there. We need to change our mission to Dylan. I will be very happy if we get level 6 clearance after this.
Fuck if they're in there and we go around that way. No. I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My own ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know. What's the word, Faden?
I can't levitate in here. That seems like bullshit. So
restored HRA production. They're already getting other survivors.
Where am I supposed to go?
Did you see that hiss they marched through here? Why the
What
fuck did
the
we put a bullet in that thing's
fuck? To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Jay Bozer, Vice Chief of Staff.
That's no one's brother anymore. He's the enemy, plain and simple.
Dang, she's out there talking shit about Dylan, dude. The math. I wonder if they need to find the original sticky note and destroy it or something.
What do you know about this Arish guy?
I heard some rangers saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by a new kind of hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right. Rangers? I don't know if I like taking orders from a mall cop.
Speak with Dylan on the upper level. So, did I not go to the right place?
Marshall orders us to just sit on our asses and then leaves? What's the deal?
What is the... I'm on the upper level, right? I'm not crazy? Did I not explore this thoroughly enough? What you doing there, bucko? Let me turn the radio on for you. You have a little something to listen to. Ah. Is he in the door with... Is he in the other door with the armed guards? Question mark. It would appear so.
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
Is he the one reciting, though?
You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can you hear me?
Oh,
come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
You've always been in there. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please?
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You! You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home.
The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
In your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jessie. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure. What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
I don't think I've ever met a girl named Dylan before.
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here, so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way, forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary
Why the
town.
sting?
It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office and something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
You are a worm through time. The thunders.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I just had an interesting dream.
Shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
For the record, that will never happen. Not as long as I'm alive.
The thunderstorm distorts you. happiness comes.
I want to deplete the... I want the red flashy thing to go away, but I don't want to listen to more dreams right now. So, we can theoretically do the other mission now, though. Oh, we could go do this real quick.
Did you hear that the Hiss prisoner they captured is the director's brother?
Mm.
She's gonna get us all killed.
We can theoretically go finish the altered items quest for Langston now, is what I was going to say. Okay. Do I need to use the parapsychology elevator? No, because it just goes up to luck and probability. Ah, I just needed to walk over a little bit more. Dude, what aim. What incredible aim. You're a big boy, aren't you? I might have let a few FBC agents die, it looks like. Well, I let a few too many agents die. My bad. Nope, I want this. Cleanse the jukebox. This is a massive area on the map, so I hope it's not like 10 hours of content in one tiny little spot. Don't you beep beep at me. Wait. Where was the door that is locked? Back here. Oh, this is to the Prime Candidate program. Got it. Okie dokie. Fuck, bro? I don't know why I waited to kill him.
To find new Prime candidates. The future. P6 and P7.
Was I P7 then, I wonder? So that looks like it's down here, right? And then over, I guess, somehow. Oh, I just realized that those are not shelves. Those are definitely like sleeping quarters. But yeah, it looks like there needs to be a way over more. Hard pass, thank you. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker that an AWE was taking place in Bright Falls, Washington, referred to events investigated in 1970, 1976, and 1978. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah, who is the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted. Thomas Zane, Odin Anderson, Tor Anderson. Alan Wake was believed to redacted instigator. Eyewitnesses reports highlights of an old light switch, possible object of power that redacted missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. Interesting that Sarah Breaker's father was an ex-FBC agent. That's kind of a fun way for them to have tied it in.
I wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things.
Ordinary.
Finding the projector
So
will.
much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6, and the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here, and I don't want to invoke his name, but it's completely different circumstances here.
A stack of 4 envelopes, each containing a single page of paper. All 4 letters are illegible due to extreme water damage. The envelopes, curiously, do not show any sign of such damage and are covered in the messages of love. The items are able to move short distances at a pace of less than redacted and always in a redacted direction. This is the first altered item to have multiple separate parts, a fact previously believed to be an impossibility by redacted. A proposal to take the items outside of the oldest house and follow their movement to its final destination is under consideration with the budget committee. Item was found in the Dead Letters archive where the Herd archivist found it attempting to escape a filing cabinet. She reports having no record of the items in her archive of letters. Oh. I don't want to read his transcripts.
There was an incident.
Blunt force injuries of the head and neck, extensive trauma of the abdominal region, lacerations and contusions of the upper and lower torso, fractured blah 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 blah. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when redacted was contorted through his redacted. Agent killed during involving codename P6.
We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
It's kind of cool that that played only after I had picked up the,
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
outfit. Interesting. So they were tracking me.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
A little creepy. Just a little.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where Bill.
They studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
They gave me my gun back. Oops. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like straight up a deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It had been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Fair enough. Fair enough. Why frame rate? No one ever asks how frame rate. Everyone always asks where frame rate. Dog, what is happening? Excuse you. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates.
Right. What's going on with my computer? Why are you upset? Ah. GOG Galaxy is downloading an update. For a game, presumably. It is using 344 megabit of data. It is patching Destroy All Humans 2 reprobed. How about we don't do that right now? What do you say? Oh, I was like, this looks fucking weird. Cleanse the control point, bud. Subway? New York City subway? Huh?
We're going back home. Of course we are.
Okay.
It started there, and it's never gone away.
Ah. Can I be in here? Nope. I cannot. The page was discovered in an instance of the Ocean View Motel and Casino that was linked to the investigation sector. The page had been pushed into the motel's corridor under the door with a symbol of a spiral. For 10 years, I've tried to write my escape, only sinking deeper. I used to know where fiction ends and reality begins. Here, they are the same. It's a hideous trap my every thought made real. Fear, desire. How can I ever know for sure that I've escaped and I'm not just lost in my own fantasy of it? That thought alone can drive you mad. The identifiable words in the scratched out portion. Falls, haunting, wake, light switch, ocean, too late, and the final sentence, you've been warned. Oh. I wonder then if, oops, the light switch that Thomas Zane left Alan and that Alan had as a child, if that was one of the ones you flick 3 times and you get transported to the Ocean View Motel. Actually, this is probably a good place to end it. I think so. Another 3 hours or so of Control. I'm still enjoying the game. That is loud. The difficulty at times feels a bit unreasonable because I like to be able to like give myself a challenge if I want and like go fight something early. But this feels like not doable at a lot of times because I haven't upgraded health. I haven't upgraded damage. So other than that, though, I'm still really enjoying the game. I plan to keep playing. And I will be back on Sunday, probably. And yeah, we'll play some more Control. We'll get in 4 or 5, 6 hours of it. And yeah, how long is this game? Let's look. I think it was 30. How long to beat? Ultimate Edition is 25.5 hours. And Control AWE, which is the Alan Wake DLC, is 5 hours. But I think the Ultimate Edition contains the AWE DLC, so I think probably 25, 26 hours. If you just do the main story, you can beat it in 11.5 hours. That seems kind of crazy. But yeah, I will be back on Sunday. We'll be playing some more Control. Definitely probably won't be beating it, but we will be playing it. And yeah, until then, stay happy, stay healthy. Peace.